Let me tell you a little bit about a new coffee subscription service I'm trying out, and it is called Mistobox. And I actually think I heard about these guys for the first time on Shark Tank, but then I forgot about them and was reminded about them through various channels like Reddit and some of the other coffee reviewers I follow, like YouTube. I know that they're subscribed to these guys, so they had a promotion around the holidays where I think I got my first shipment for like $8.99 or something for a 12-ounce bag of coffee, so I hopped right on it, and I've been hooked now for 2 whole months, and I think I can give an objective review based off of that period already. And so far, the 2 coffees I've had, I've really liked, and I'll show you what it looks like inside. It's kind of a fake unboxing here because I already opened it, but it's got a nice description of the roaster inside at the top there, and then your bag of whole bean specialty coffee. So how is this different from other subscription services, you might be wondering? Well, the first one I got to try was Angel's Cup, and I'm still subscribed to them happily. They send you 4 flights, one flight of coffee that includes 4 different samples. So both of these subscription services are curators, but whereas Angel's Cup sends you samples of specialty coffee, sometimes up to a week past roast, these guys, Mistobox, they'll send you directly from the roaster. So there's kind of no real middleman involved. They're just kind of responsible for choosing a coffee that is customized to your taste buds. So the process works when you sign up. Or I should say, this is how the process works when you sign up. You go to the website and you answer a short survey. So you say basically how much you're willing to pay. So on the low end, they have a $12.99 option, and I think the high end is $18.99, or no, maybe it's $21.99, something like that. I'm subscribed to the $18.99 per delivery option. So you choose a pricing tier, you choose your taste preferences in terms of the roast level, so light, medium, or dark. If you're a decaf drinker, you also have that option. You can choose if you like single origin coffees, blends. If you don't know any of this stuff, you can also list that as an option. And then you get paired up with your individual coffee curator. In my case, I'm hooked up with one of the founders, so that's pretty cool. They're a small company, I would suppose, and they're right here in San Francisco. So that curator, you can be in direct communication with them and make sure that you get your coffee when you want it and how you want it. So it was really a very pleasant experience. When I first signed up, I actually had a lot of coffee on hand and I didn't want it to be delivered right away. So I emailed Connor, my curator, and I said, hey, could we push this off a few weeks? And he said, no problem. So it's very flexible in terms of when you get your coffee. You can choose anywhere from, I think, a week to like something like 45 days in terms of how frequently you want your coffee to be delivered. You can rate the coffees after you've tried them. So it's really, this is less about community like Angel's Cup. Angel's Cup, it's kind of like everybody votes on the coffees and you can sign up for their service based on whether you want to try flights or if you just want a bag of the best coffee as voted by the users, then there's also that option. So it's cool in that regards. But with Mistobox, it's more of, look, I don't want to play around with too much coffee at once. I want it to be as fresh as possible, and I want to be able to customize how frequently it's delivered down to the day. Those are some of the shortcomings of Angel's Cup. You can basically choose if you want to deliver on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, but this kind of lets you choose the in-between if you find that to be necessary. So I would say that's one advantage it has over Angel's Cup. But at the same time, Angel's Cup allows you to try more coffee per delivery because it comes as a flight. I think that Mistobox also has a flight option, so I will have to follow up on that later. But the coffee I've tried from them so far has been delicious, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Another thing I really like about Mistobox is how great the user experience is. I mean, when you go to the website, everything is clear as day. What your last coffee was, what your current coffee on hand is. There's all these descriptions can be found directly on the website through your user portal. You can communicate directly with your curator, and they also have a payment plan where you can basically pay for 6 months at a time or a year at a time and get a discount. So I know a lot of subscription services follow that model, and it's cool that they offer kind of a long-term commitment discount, if you will. So let's talk about the pros of this service. I'll just list them off right here. Flexibility is my favorite thing about it. You can adjust your shipping date basically anywhere between, I think, 7 days and 45 days. So it's really flexible. If you know how fast you go through coffee down to a T or down to the day, then this is going to be a perfect subscription service for you because the shipping is really reliable. They get the coffee to you fresh off the roast directly from the roaster. So that's a major benefit, the freshness of the coffee and just the fact that it's such a flexible service. The user experience is also clear as day. You can see everything from what the last coffee you tried was to what you rated the coffee, and they also have the notes, the tasting notes on the website. So it's really a super friendly user experience, and that really relieves a lot of the headaches that I've experienced with some other services. As far as the downsides go, there really aren't any that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, it's affordable, it is reliable, it's great coffee from reputable roasters, the packaging is great, the user experience is fantastic. I literally have zero complaints about Mistobox so far. So I'm sorry if that's not helpful to you, but it's just the honest truth. And that might change later on, and I'll make sure to update this review if that's the case. But as of right now, this is, in my opinion, as perfect as it gets from a coffee subscription service. So there you have it, guys. That's Mistobox, and I highly recommend it as a coffee subscription service. I think it's definitely one that you should try before others. They've got access to very good specialty coffee roasters. You get your coffee fresh off the roast directly from the roaster. They have different pricing tiers, so if you're not trying to spend a ton of money, then they got you covered. Free shipping. You get excellent communication with their employees and even their founders, who are known as your coffee curators. So they'll make sure to get you a coffee that you want. If you don't like it, then they'll refund your money, at least for the first delivery, I believe. So there's really, in my opinion, basically nothing to lose. This is probably, I'm gonna say, for beginners, your best bet of the two coffee subscription services I tried. If we're gonna just do a side-by-side comparison to Angel's Cup, and maybe I'll do a follow-up comparison review between those two services. But I think that this is a great option for beginners, and especially for people who want the freshest coffee possible but don't want to spend a ton of money. So if you liked this review, please subscribe, share, like, comment below. I really appreciate it, and let me know what you think about Mistobox if you've tried it. And if you have another coffee subscription service that you recommend, let me know below.